Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the Twin Astrology forecast for the Twin Flame Collective for the week ahead. Keep in mind, this reading is not sign specific. It is a general collective message. So if you resonate with this message, you're likely on the same timeline that I'm on. And so I want to talk about some of these astrology aspects taking place this week. We're going to pull in with some cards to dig a little bit deeper. But what I do feel tapping into the masculine collective is this irritability. I do feel a lot of repressed anger, especially when it comes to their current domestic situation coming through. And so I feel the energy is unusually aggressive surrounding the divine masculine and that social domestic situation. And so there's like this pervasive anger towards everything and everyone right now. I think everything is triggering the masculine when it comes to these unresolved feelings below the surface. And so it's like this energy of feeling like he is in danger, this impeding, dangerous situation. And so I do feel it's really hard for the masculine to feel anything without this anger attached to it. I do feel there's a lot of difficulties coming up for many of the masculines that is deconstructing that decision that they made to go towards that karmic home situation. And so I do feel all of these energies right now are really affecting the meaning of the masculine's life. I think he's questioning who he is, the image that he puts out there. And all of these challenges are arising in order for him to understand the validity of what it is that he is choosing to do. And is it really effective? And so I do feel the masculine is losing something or being pushed by the karmic to act without knowing why he is behaving this way. And so I do feel the masculine is being tested when it comes to his willpower. He's being challenged when it comes to the validity of what it is that he keeps doing, and is it really just effective in his life? And so I also feel this energy of feeling unsupported as well. I feel a lot of the divine masculines are feeling like they cannot rely on anybody, which is kind of like forcing the divine masculine to rely on himself, his inner resources, to find his inner self-confidence, to break free from this very codependent cycle. And so a lot of his character, I feel, has been exposed, which is even proving more difficult in the energy. And so, you know, a lot of these masculines got involved in this karmic scheme, this unrealistic fantasy and illusion. They've avoided dealing with their dishonesty and their corruption. And I feel it's coming to the surface of how corrupt of a person that they're actually dealing with too. And so it just feels like the masculine is losing no matter which way he turns, whatever situation he's in. I do feel it is likely to turn quite dangerous in the energies this week. I do feel like all of the work he's put into that false foundation is going to leave him with nothing, and he's going to ask himself, why the hell did I get involved in this mess in the first place? And so I feel a lot of the masculines are being sucked into this fighting energy, triggering fighting energy because of this over idealistic view of that relationship. And I feel a lot of the masculines are feeling very unsatisfied and drained, physically drained. And so I feel the energies are really asking the divine masculine to surrender to his own individuality and to surrender to his higher purpose with the divine feminine. And so I do feel he's going to have to surrender that lower ego. So I feel this energy of defeat. I feel a lot of the masculines are feeling especially weak, drained, energetically depleted. And if they do not take this warning, this call seriously, I do think they're not going to be able to pass this lesson. I do feel a week of major lessons for the divine masculine. And so he's being asked to not have his identity you know, around what it is that he does. It's rather forming that identity as to who he is deep inside, not based on all of these external circumstances. And so the more the divine masculines, I got like a little bug flying around my face. the more the divine masculines, and there it is again, keep in this loop of identifying themselves with their career or what they do instead of who they are, the more problems that I think are going to be coming up to be addressed. And so I do feel a week of physical difficulties. I do think it is a week of low energy for the divine masculine, so they're going to have to take extra care of their health. And so this Pisces energy too, like we're full swing in Pisces season, which is like intensifying these supernatural flare-ups and interactions. We have Jupiter in Aries and Venus in Aries joining together, and I feel activating the 1111 blueprint code. And I do feel a lot of the feminines are coming into some blessings for sure. I feel there's a lot of activations of gifts coming back online. And so early in the week, we do have Mercury entering into Pisces. So we'll have the Sun and Neptune along with Mercury in Pisces, creating a Pisces stellium, which is intensifying these spiritually heightened energies, these higher energies, especially when it comes to the counterparts and these connections. So it's going to be a period of time of going within, because we are being shown a lot of valuable insights, a lot of messages from our counterpart, and a lot of new divine inspiration about moving forward. And so you're going to want to make time to go within this week, especially with Mars forming a trine to Mercury. And so I feel the masculine twin is set to be extra communicative, especially in the astral realms this week. So pay attention. I feel coming back online to the telepathy. Pay attention to the songs, the signs. Any non-physical messages from your twin this week are likely to come through, even if you're not in physical touch with your counterpart. So big time lessons for the masculine twin for sure, as Mercury is approaching Saturn. And for Mars, like the masculine twin Mars, it's showing us that the masculine twin is journeying away from receiving and listening to others' poor advice. And he is re-identifying who he is by reconstructing all of this negative programming. And so in order for that to happen, the masculine is going to have to be challenged to be more in charge of his life, and that is the Emperor. The Emperor takes charge. The Emperor, as a true leader, will cut those cords and will release all of these toxic people, places, and things out of his life. And so with the Mars square Neptune energy in the background, it is indicating this energy of feeling blocked. A lot of these masculines are feeling blocked in this sludge, not being able to reach their higher faculties. And I do feel a lot of these masculines are unaware of their higher purpose and this connection at work. And so there's a lot of karma playing out this week. A lot of karma. I feel throat chakra blockages being activated. And so I feel a lot of the masculines can't really perceive their soul's truth because they are blocked from reaching the twin's higher self because of not speaking their truth. And so the Saturn energy is bringing in all of these limitations, restrictions, challenges, in order for the masculine to take responsibility for what it is he has created. And the time is now for all of this karma to kind of play out. And so the masculine is being asked to cut away what has outworn him in his life. And he is going to be triggered to purge these people, places, and things with an overactivated throat chakra is what I'm feeling. And so all of these old karmic attachments, these old soul contracts, all of this old karma is coming up to be resolved in the energies this week. And so it's kind of like the energy of spring cleaning, right? We have to spring clean in order for these powerful connections to come together, in particular twin flame, right? And so I feel a major reevaluation of his beliefs, his belief systems, how he perceives the world. It's taking a step back as well. I do feel a lot of these masculines need to reevaluate their online activities. I'm going to throw that out there, like their online groups when it comes to these dating sites. A lot of these masculines are on several dating sites and they're swiping, looking for the next best thing. Swipe or stop swiping from Dora the Explorer. But a lot of these masculines, they have such distortion when it comes to relationships and their social activities, their online social presence. And so with Saturn currently located in Aquarius, it rules technology and social groups. And so a lot that is being released right now that isn't serving the masculine is, I feel, these toxic dating sites. A lot of them, you know, they like to have their ego fed by multiple women feeding them attention. And so Saturn is saying, hey, that's not being responsible. That's not becoming an active leader on this journey of life. And so many of us are not together in the physical world. We're not even in any type of communication. And so the feminines have waited on this for a long time. We've waited, we've hoped, we've prayed. And now I feel a lot of the feminines are like, I'm all done waiting. And so the masculine's going to have to embrace his power and to take action in order to manifest and make these unions happen at this point in time. And so he kind of has the power of choice. So I feel there's fear of embracing responsibility because that will require taking action. That will require the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And the masculine, I don't know if he's ready to handle the whole truth. And so we all have the choice to make decisions when it comes to going after our desires. And we have the ability to manifest anything into fruition. But it does require us reclaiming our infinite light power. And it does require the choice to take that first step to get started. And so a re-examination of everything. What's working? Who's supporting you? What isn't working? Who's not supporting you? How do you see yourself in your current situation? What are your beliefs about love, about the universe, about life, and about yourself? And so if you think everything is rigged to work in your favor, then life is going to work in your favor. If you think that life is just destined to be hard, then that's what you're going to keep manifesting in your physical reality. Our thoughts are very powerful. Our words are very powerful. And we have to believe in this connection. And we have to believe in ourselves. And we have to release all of these negative beliefs about running, chasing, and separation in order to come together. And so I do feel with all of these rare energies working together this week, we have the opportunity to reshape our lives and the experiences that we want. And so we have to also, though, embrace our own unique strengths and powers and choose to release these limiting toxic beliefs, toxic information that we're absorbing. So what is it that you're tuned into? It's like tuning into a dial, a radio station. What frequency are you turned into? If you're scrolling social media and you're absorbing all of this toxic information that you know isn't serving you, then maybe it's time to reevaluate and release that. I've actually really been contemplating myself just completely, obliterating any social media out of my life. I started TikTok late last fall or so. I started TikTok. I haven't really done much with TikTok recently. I really don't feel it. I'm not feeling the TikTok. I'm pretty long-winded when it comes to a message. I have a really hard time delivering a message in under 3 minutes. So what toxic information do you need to stop absorbing? Like, I stopped watching TV and the news a long time ago. I know I've been very just not feeling motivated, not feeling like I really want to get anything done. And though I've got everything, I've got like a huge list of things that I need to do. I have to get some paperwork done and some stuff in order for my own beliefs. Like, for me moving forward, I'm at this point where I'll be pulling my youngest and I will start homeschooling next Tuesday with her. And so all of this is kind of like getting piled on because I put it off. I procrastinated. That's my Pisces rising. I just would prefer to think everything just works out. And then the Virgo 7th house is like, man, I got to do the work. And so with all of these rare conjunctions and energies taking place, we do have a very rare one this week, where Venus will near a conjunction with Jupiter, and they will meet at 11 degrees of Aries, connecting with Chiron and Vesta. And so a lot of healing, deep-seated healing around love, around beliefs, around home. What kind of home life do you want to build, right? So Vesta is an asteroid focused on home and hearth, and Chiron is about healing that inner wound. And so we're in the midst of this very powerful process happening collectively, healing around love, around our own inner beliefs. Do you believe in true love? I know I do believe in true love. And so you got to believe in it in order to harness your ability to restore a sense of optimism and faith in that true love connection, in that happy ending that you know that you can envision with your twin flame. And so a lot is being activated, a lot of heightened activations forming this week for the Twin Flame Collective. And so this is going to be challenging, though, as it is going to trigger all of these old wounds to the surface around feeling unloved or unwanted or unworthy. And so that's where I feel a lot of the masculines are at. They're feeling unworthy of this connection. But I feel a unique opportunity for both of the twins to resolve these wounds once and for all. But we do have to open up the heart and shift into these union templates. And so I do feel all of this energy working together with Mars in Gemini. These transits really are strongly involving the masculine twin, affecting the masculine twin. And so all of these cosmic energies, it's like us receiving help from the hand of God, right? With Venus and Jupiter working together, that is allowing the feminine to reveal and heal any deeper wounding that has held you up from embracing an inner state of wholeness. And so unlikely these issues with the feminine coming up are revolving around issues growing up in our home life with our father, early childhood wounding around our father and not feeling good enough or loved. And so we got to get to the root cause as to what made us start believing that we were not enough, that we were not worthy to be loved and whole no matter what. And so when we get to that great seed point of that wound, then we can step into being this great benefactor with all of these blessings that are coming in. And so although triggers are coming up for the feminine to get to the root cause, this really is a time to be considered of positive energies, manifestation. And so we are always going to have triggers to work through. I do feel a week likely of a lot of purging into next week because we've got some elements here that we're working towards leading up to that full moon in Virgo, which is going to be huge. And so we got this roughness with Pluto and Saturn activating some points in the energies, getting prepared to shift into different signs. And so like you might realize that maybe your family is what really made you never feel good enough in childhood. And so if that's the case, where have you repressed your kind and loving nature, right? Because as painful as it is to look back, it's more painful to not look back, because then we're always creating that block. And so I feel a week of making amends for the past. I feel a lot of these masculines have a lot to make up for when it comes to their past decisions. And so if the feminine can somehow bring love and acceptance into her heart this week, as the masculine is being pushed to rectify what it is that he missed in the past, he missed the point, then I feel we can bridge the gap and we can step into unconditional love. But I do feel a lot of the masculines are missing their inner child, something about their upbringing that really stripped them of their childhood. And so I want you to remember this is always happening for us, not to us, in order to clear and remove all of these blocks. I feel this element for the feminine of luck and blessings, if you can move past all of these deep lingering issues, right? And so as the feminine enters a state of inner self-union and we take the high road, that is when the masculine will be fully triggered to release and move past all of this old wounding, so he too can enter into that state of inner union and outer union with the feminine. And so not until the feminine enters inner self-union can there be that powerful match of outer union with the counterpart. And so the more the feminine goes into this whole harmonious state of being, knowing that we are always together within ourselves, then we become that match for the masculine to be lifted out of the darkness into these higher dimensions with the feminine. So a possibility of soul reunion. I feel these energies are brewing and intensifying leading up to the full moon. So what I want to say is get ready to get right on the inside. Get ready to get right spiritually, mentally, emotionally, because a lot of blueprint activations in order to usher in these physical unions, these twin flame reunions. And so it is going to be a week that's going to bring some much needed change, Spirit is saying. We're going to be challenged. We're going to have to take a really long, hard, close look at how we have been treating ourselves. And what have we learned about this whole twin flame process and about love growing up. And so we have this powerful full moon in Virgo next week on the 7th, and the same day Saturn is transitioning into Pisces. So it's like this boom, everything's going to come to an ugly head next week. So take a long hard look at yourself this week, divine feminine and divine masculine. So let's jump in with some cards. I'm going to grab my coffee. It's like freezing rain out again here today, and then tomorrow it's supposed to be like 50 degrees. So it's going to feel like spring tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to the weather warming up. I noticed the days have been getting longer. And so we do have going into March. March is going to be a huge, huge month for the twins. So if it's feeling hopeless, divine feminine, if it's feeling heavy, if you're feeling bogged down, work through the energies. I know it can feel sometimes like you're swimming through a sea of molasses, but work with the energies, understand why the slowdown is there in order to go within. But let's see what needs to come through with the cards. Let's jump in with the Tea Leaf Oracle deck. I've been so drawn to this deck recently. It really is one of my favorite decks. So look at that. Right out the gate. Boy, would I like to be a fly on the wall in that domestic situation that the masculine is involved with. So the fly. A period of ill health and depression. And so that's where I do feel a lot of the masculines have been at, in a state of dark night of the soul, struggling with their health, maybe heart health issues coming up. And somebody is leaving the masculine's life is what I'm feeling. And so a lot of these masculines are so afraid to leave that behind, right? And I do feel the second that that karmic contract is over is the second the masculine is going to have his health kind of restored to a sense of vibrancy. So we get the bottom of the deck, we get October. So I do feel a lot has kind of been falling away from the masculine's life since October. I'm going to say since Libra season, Libra into Scorpio season. And so things are falling away. And I do feel, you know, that karmic was supposed to be long gone, you know, probably last fall. But I feel the clinging, right? And so there's resistance of that person leaving the masculine's life, which has created all of this ill health. Yeah, see that dark woman. There's that karmic feminine energy creating all kinds of complexities. So that karmic relationship, situationship with that darker energy, that darker woman, is creating this period of ill health. And this really is all stemming around familial karma. My light just flicked. So ancestral karma that we're here to clear. So maybe an exposure of an affair as well. But what I love here, there's that Leo energy. The sun is about to rise. The sun is about to shine again. And I do feel the masculine's coming into this new creative spark when it comes to this new adventure with the feminine and a fresh new start. And so I do feel since October, the masculine might have been receiving some advice from a friend. And, you know, this advice could be good advice, could be bad advice. I'm not sure. But whenever I see a dog, I do feel of somebody loyal trying to help the masculine work through the labyrinth and the mystery of the subconscious, mystery of this connection. And then we get the elephant. And so it has been such a very long, daunting journey, right? I know for myself, we're going at 5 years. I think the last time I saw my divine counterpart face to face will be 4 years on March the 14th, the 13th, or the 14th. And so this is a physical, mental, and spiritual journey, right? But it does leave us wiser at the end. And there's that peacock. So there's that prideful, karmic, dark woman, the peacock, somebody full of great pride, somebody, you know, wanting, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me, attention seeking, right? And her wish will not be granted. So I think get ready to receive some news. Get ready. News is on the way when it comes to these new unions, birthing of these unions, which will likely lead many of us into these new, very prosperous business opportunities. So I do feel get ready to break bread with your counterpart. It's the energy of breaking bread. And I do feel he's been wanting to come towards you since November. So that eclipse season, I feel, the Scorpio Taurus eclipse, so that final tower is going to get blasted out of the water very soon because we're building these new solid foundations. And the second the masculine chooses to come forward, there will be money coming towards the counterpart. So we're reaching a milestone. And we might not get there till July, so it could be dealing with Cancer. But I do feel the masculine is deep within regret and some deep personal sorrow in the energies. So let's see what needs to come through with the spiritual journey deck. Practice positivity, and we don't spiritually bypass. It isn't like all love and light here. It's love and light here with a whole lot of purging in mix, right? And so the masculine is being asked to cut these unwanted attachments, these unwanted memories, these unhealthy energies for this renewal. So huge release. And this is where we watch our words and we watch our thoughts, because negative self-talk, negative talk about others only creates more stagnant, depleting energies and more limiting beliefs. And so we're clearing all of these negative energy attachments. So what else do we need to be aware of for the energies this week? Guidance from spirit. So go within, right? Spirit is saying, oh man, I do feel the masculines are in a very tough, sticky situation. They are being asked to purge that situation and to find their true soul family. And so there's a lot of elements leaving the masculine's life. So anything that he's clung to that cannot remain, preparing for these divine unions, negative people, behaviors, and circumstances are leaving the masculine's life. I do feel a week of a lot of towers, a lot of unexpected upheaval. And this is going to push the masculine right into that energy of Christ consciousness, the golden healer. So the Christ code activations, when it comes to our gifts of healing through our words, our thoughts, our touch, many of us are gifted healers. And so we are here to promote and to practice unconditional love and to be that reflection towards everybody that we meet, right? And so what is it that still needs to be healed below the surface? Because the masculine's had this gut feeling. He's been ignoring his intuition, not trusting his intuition, I think due to fear. And something says it's time to take action towards healing these connections. And so that's kind of what it's been feeling like, that void, that very heavy sludge-like void. I do feel the masculine, if he has not already experienced that major upheaval, he's about to this week. And he's going to need to rest and heal his heart and his mind and his body before taking action. And so there's this gap, right? The void. And meditation is really going to serve both of the twins very well this week in order to be able to stay present in the moment as the masculine comes into this revelation or realization of his greater purpose. So we are in the year of the seeking of the truth, a 7 year. And so this is the year of seeking truth and finding our deeper meaning for our life. And so I feel a lot of the masculines are feeling deep within this void, yearning for the divine feminine, yearning for that situationship dynamic to play out so he can go towards his purpose with the feminine. I just feel a realization of what he threw away when he walked away from the feminine. So let's jump in with the tarot. Let's see what needs to come through with the tarot. 3 cups, 5 of coins. I'm liking it. That masquerade, that false sense of identity is over, is what I'm feeling. We got the 2 of cups below, the ace of cups, 2 becoming 1, all done with the masquerade. And then we get the 5 of coins. So I feel somebody in the energies is feeling abandoned. I do feel maybe the masculine is communicating. I'm leaving this situation in the dust and I'm going towards wish fulfillment, my victory. And then with the third party, we do get the Knight of Cups and we get the Tower. So yeah, there's going to be a shakeup when it comes to that false, immature structure where I think it was kind of just immature, right? So let's see. Let's see what needs to come through for the twins for the week ahead. We're gonna dig into the masculine's current situation. Ace of Coins reversed. So huge loss with the feminine. Huge loss. This could be a huge loss of money. This could be total financial ruin. They're definitely not feeling good about their financial situation. Let's see what their current energy and emotion is attached to this huge loss. Huge loss with the Ace of Coins in reverse. And I also feel this is the realization of the loss of the opportunity with the feminine. So current energy and emotions. Well, what I want to say is Pandora's box has been opened. Their current energies and emotions, I do feel they're being disillusioned. They're definitely gaining a new perspective. I feel they're in this energy of punishment. Punishment, self-punishment. Something about Capricorn season illuminated something. So he's been trying to hide all of this on the inside. The box has been open. I feel the memories have been unleashed. And there is a major perspective shift. So there's that Neptune aspect coming through. So I do feel the truth has recently been shown. And so I also feel this energy of not wanting to let the feminine go. So in the immediate future, we do have the masculine coming in with an offer. Ready to do the legwork, heart-centered. I'm going to do the work. I've never noticed that on this Knight of Coins before. So the Knight of Coins has like antlers. So I'm being shown like the elk energy. So that is leadership potential. Knowing that it's going to take a lot of hard work to heal this pain and expand beyond the betrayal. And so a lot of the masculines are in a state of healing right now, finding that balance. Jupiter is in Aries. And this is a Jupiter card, but in Libra, finding the balance between self and others. And I do feel healing the truth of this union for sure. So in the near future, coming in with a solid offer to heal the past pain, to build a legacy together is what I'm feeling. So we're going to see what a surprise from the universe is coming for the Divine Masculine. And there is that life force activation. So Kundalini rising, I do feel an activation. And then the overall energy for the masculine is to take those guided steps towards rebalancing, alchemizing, and healing this connection. So I do feel get ready to receive a message or some news from your counterpart, because he's at the crossroads when it comes to speaking his truth, activating his throat chakra. I feel a lot of downloads with the Mercury and Aquarius. And then when Mercury shifts into Pisces, it's going to be a lot of heavy heart energy. And the masculine is reaching that breaking point, the straw that broke the camel's back, right? The wounded healer. The wounded healer energy. And what are we doing? We're building these legacies for the future. There is going to be an opportunity for a new beginning. And I do feel the masculine is being taken to God, right? Being shown by God this truth, a coming to Jesus moment. And I do feel by that Virgo full moon, this will be communicated very quickly. So let's dig into the feminine's energy. And see what needs to come through. Look at that. We get the star reversed and the death card reversed. So I know it's feeling hopeless. It's feeling like hopeless, right? This has been spiraling many years over. And so it is feeling like, is this really my wish fulfillment? I think that's where the feminine's at. I've authentically expressed myself. Is this really my wish fulfillment? Do I really want this to come back from the dead yet? I think the feminine is asking herself, do I really want this to come back from the dead? And so Divine Feminine, your current energy, we get the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Cups in reversed with the High Priestess. No more confusion as to what this connection is, I feel. And then we get the Page of Cups and the Empress reversed. So I feel like that's where the hopelessness is coming. Is that apology ever coming for the fact that I was denied by my counterpart, the Empress reverse? And that was us at the beginning of the journey. We were denied. We were not in our full power. We were not in our true Empress strength. And so I feel the feminine is on fire. You are very much in tune with your intuition, going within, fueling that flame. And I just feel like clarity. The feminine sees clearly. And I feel like you're not giving any more to this connection energetically or otherwise until this is acknowledged. The damage is acknowledged. Yeah. With the King of Wands in reverse. Until this burden is released of walking away. is kind of where the feminine's at. So you're holding your light, you're holding your flame, and you know the truth, and you're not confused. You're very much aware that an apology is kind of owed to you, an open-hearted offer. And so I feel the feminine in the recent past, you know, her creativity was ignited. And so recent past, in times of millennias and infinite light beings, recent past can be, you know, a year ago you received some divine inspiration to start a new creative adventure. Passion. A lot of the feminines had to reinvigorate their inner flame. This is like a gift from God. Here are your gifts. Use your gifts to manifest abundance is what I'm feeling. So let's see what's coming. Let's see the feminine's emotions and feelings. So we get the Strength card with the Knight of Swords in reverse. So your current energy and emotions is you're strong. You're powerful. You are standing in the light of God. You are trusting in your spiritual strength. And I just feel like you're not backing down from opposition in the energies this week. Yeah, you are definitely not backing down from opposition. And I also feel, you know, in your heart of hearts, there is going to be unexpected communication. And I think you know it's coming when you least expect it. But you, I feel, are divinely protected at this point in time as the masculine faces his karmic judgment. So your current energy and emotions is you're finding your strength to stand strong in your truth and your authenticity. You know this judgment is coming. I think you feel the energy of the masculine going through this period of soul retrieval, preparing to return, and you're just standing firm in your truth. So let's get a surprise from the universe for the feminine. Ooh. Oh, I think you're about to hear news, and it's going to be shocking, of the breakdown of that false connection. We got the Queen of Cups reversed, the Emperor reversed, the Four of Wands reversed. Surprise! That whole karmic situation is getting blasted out of the water, and I do think it's going to be a shock when you receive news of this. And it's going to put you at the crossroads. Illuminated pathway moving forward, and victory, success, and movement, and some very painful truth when it comes to healing this past heartbreak. I think you're going to be receiving unexpected communication, and the masculine he's not happy. He don't look too happy in this picture, and I do feel like he's ready to come in to bring forward that truth. So overall energy for the feminine. Get ready to receive some communication. We've got a couple of pages here. Get ready for something to come back from the dead. Scorpionic energy. Yeah, I do feel the masculine is coming back with a confession when it comes to his manipulative behavior in the past. And he's coming in to say, hey, I'm all done with that dramatic third-party situation. I'm coming in for love, and I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson about truth, authenticity, lying, cheating, stealing, and I got burned just like I burned you, but now I want to heal this. Can we heal this is what I'm feeling. So let's get a few twin flame oracle messages to see what other energies need to come through for the week ahead. So yeah, power struggle. There's going to be a lot of conflict coming up this week from all of this past life karma that kind of needs to get brewed to the surface. And we are manifesting. We are manifesting all of our desires. So a week of making a choice, a decision. What is it that you want from a family structure? What is it that you want to build for the future? A legacy for the future. Because we're clearing a lot of ancestral karma from our lineage, our bloodline. That's in focus for sure this week. We got to decide, clearly decide what you want and take those action steps. I do feel a week of awakenings, becoming conscious of our mission, our light, our counterpart, and stepping into unconditional love this week. So let's see, any last messages from the masculine to the feminine. We'll close off with some unspoken words from the masculine. What are the unspoken words from the divine masculine today? So this doesn't surprise me. Your intensity frightens me and allures me at the same time. I'm more affected than you know. And so there, you know, I gotta say, like my grandmother, my grandmother used to say, like, if you don't scare your man just a little bit, like, are you even doing it right? Like, I think a man should be a little bit afraid of their woman, so they know that she's not gonna be one to be walked all over, right? I'm feeling the consequences of my actions. So I do feel karma's finally coming full circle, and all of these karmic consequences are playing out. And so he wants to know, how could you still love me after all that he's done? Because I do feel he's afraid to see you and look you in the eye. Because deep down, I don't think that's going to be easy for him to deal with, knowing how much pain and hurt that he's caused you. And he just can't for the life of him understand, why do you still love him, right? I think a lot of the masculines are in this place. If they knew then what they know now, they probably would have made some better, different choices. But they weren't ready for you. Either way, you feel like home, divine feminine, and he is a better person because of you. So get ready to have your masculine reach out. And that's what I got for the week ahead, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or soulmate reading with me, check out that description box below, guys. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.